God is tearing down performance Christianity. This is a word that has been resonating inside of me from, I don't know, 2016, 2018 onward, and it's become even more real today. I know there are many churches that are preparing incredible events around Easter coming up very soon, Resurrection Sunday. But a few years ago, the Lord talked to me about how much His heart is grieved the weeks following those amazing productions and services. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that they are incredible opportunities, and surely there's some amazing evangelism that takes place. But in the midst of preparing for these services, I want you to consider what your next steps are going to be. And I'm not just talking to the pastors or those leading big churches, but I'm talking about on a real practical level. You know, Easter is one of the most heavily attended services, and then we see the most dramatic drop off in attendance the exact following week. And it's this sort of cultural phenomenon. I can only imagine how much the Lord is grieving because of that. I think about when Jesus had amassed this following and they were really captivated by his parables, and he fed them with loaves and fishes, and then they called themselves disciples, the Bible said. And as soon as he saw that they wanted that greater level of intimacy, he began to talk to them about the mysteries of his kingdom, starting with, if you want to be a part of me, you got to eat of my body and drink of my blood. And he was talking about kingdom mysteries of this new covenant, and they were confounded and they walked away. Jesus turned to his 12 and he said, "Are you going to leave me too?" And I think about Easter. I don't know if God is concerned about the number of people that are going to be showing up to our services in as much as he's concerned about the number of authentic disciples that are made who pick up their cross and follow him. And furthermore, where we're placing the emphasis on getting people to show up for a service, that's great. But more importantly, I would say, who are you inviting to your table the next week? With your eyes wide open, when you see the moment where people's lives are being touched and you're going to go up to them and say, "Hey, how about come over to our house for dinner next week?" Chase them down and say, "Hey, you've made this decision and let's walk this out together. Show someone how to read the Bible. Why don't you buy a few Bibles? Why don't you think of some interesting ways, not just to reach them, but to disciple them?" And I believe that that would delight the heart of God, that next week we shoulder into the assignment to make disciples of the nations. Just some food for thought as we're heading into the spring. I hope you receive it and are challenged by it.